Spell contest. How do I change this? How do I change my name on it? Let's see. Edit. It works fine.
Okay. There we are. Hi, Mike. My mic is on now, and it's working, and I'm going to have to... There we are. I wish there was a way to boost my own mic beyond the normal sounds, because my mic is super 100%. Quiet.
I know. OBS has that, but fucking other one doesn't. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Ooh, I gotta fuck with volume mixer.
Yeah, gotta love slobs for not letting me blow out my own eardrums. But yeah, my mic is super quiet. The only way that I can get it louder is by talking closer to it, and that's not exactly the best sound quality. I'm not trying to go for what's it called?
Yeah. ASMR.
Yeah, there we are. The letters. All right. Well, my stream's just gonna be quiet tonight. This morning.
How does like, let's say I want to listen to music on Spotify. How does that work with it?
I don't know. I know YouTube can be a bit particular with copyrights.
Copyright music.
Yeah. So just be careful with that. Whatever you listen to, make sure that it's not like legacy jazz and or pop music or country, because big label record companies will sue you into the ground.
Yeah, I just like the video game.
Or even EDM.
Yeah, some EDM too. I know. I'm listening to like, you know, video game EDM, because you can't really sue for video game EDM. Perfect stream music, right? I think. I hope.
Indeed.
Alright, hold on. And then we gotta share the Black Ops Zombies stream, copy video link. Alright. I am mentioning everybody on this goddamn server. And they're just gonna have to deal with it.
I only did it here because it's a test stream.
Yeah, alright, so I got the stream up. YouTube says that I'm live. We in this. Okay, cool. I can start playing Black Ops. I should probably put on music, but I don't want to risk the copyright. As much as I like chiptune and shit, I don't know.
The same shit I'm listening. Trust. The shit I have is probably not copyrighted.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, video game medium, right?
Yeah.
You can't copyright that.
Yeah, questionably true. I mean,
the logic there being, it's someone else's original creation. If you just remix it, right? It's not yours, right?
Well, yeah, there's fair use, but then there's a whole lot of question marks in there.
Okay, but look, on Twitch, some guy got copyrighted for a Squirrelix song because his blender sounded like one.
Wonderful.
So even if you do nothing, you can still be fucked. A really shitty run, actually. Well, not shitty run, but not good. Damage rise.
Okay. Even the freaking Nightcore versions are so bad. Only copyright.
What's Nightcore though? It's sped up. I think they have like some algorithm thing to do it.
Alright, we are in Black Ops 1 Nox. Woohoo. I won't say I love Black Ops, but I do quite enjoy it. If that makes any sense.
What do you feel about Black Ops 3?
I haven't played Black Ops 3. The only Black Ops that I've played is 1, and the only other COD game I've played is the OG Modern Warfare. I do have World at War though, so I will be playing that after I finish Modern Warfare.
World at War is so good.
Yeah, I mean, it's got OG zombies in it. It can't be bad.
Yeah, it can't be bad.
Illuminati! I vote for thee!
Oh, sweet, I got Rick off him. Let's go.
Fuck yeah.
Well, I've played the PlayStation 3 version of Modern Warfare 2, so
Yeah,
I
I've
have
heard
never
Modern
played
Warfare
Modern
2
Warfare
is the shit too, but
Never played that one.
all I know is controversial shoot civilians mission.
no Russian.
Yeah.
You die!
And one carbine.
An exploded head is not a good special.
Hey, mister, can you not? Also, my melee and interact controls on Black Ops and on Modern Warfare are reversed. On Black Ops, I use F melee because, you know, my small brain was playing so much Phantom at the time that I could not possibly reach to V for melee.
Where it is F? No, it's not.
Yeah,
I think I
default
always
melee is-
rebind it as well. I think I always rebind it as well.
I mean, but in Modern Warfare, it's not that bad. Picking up weapons with F is pretty nice on veteran difficulty when your starting weapons are either going to run out of ammo really quick or otherwise are not the right tool for the job.
Yeah.
I am out of ammo!
Even though E is like spotting and panic courses, what is E used for?
Lean.
Yeah.
Modern Warfare.
It's
Wait,
used to
really?
lean.
There's leaning in that game?
Yeah, there's leaning in Modern Warfare.
Shit. I didn't realize.
Yeah, I mean, it's like really crude lean. It's not like in Rainbow Six where you like tilt your screen. It's just kind of moving your screen to the side a little bit. Still makes you a harder target, but
Okay.
yeah, it's not the freaking wiggle, as it were.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna need a better gun soon. M1 carbine is great, but it's not that great.
I sliced its head clean off!
I wonder how. Is there like a way to game the YouTube analytics, do you think?
It changes every single time that you try to game it, basically. It's not worth, like, trying to find an exploit. It's gonna get patched. YouTube likes changing things that aren't broken. so even if it's like, oh, well, this is not a necessarily awful exploit or whatever, you know, it's going to be changed.
Okay. So I wonder what tags are the most effective. What tags are the most effective for streaming?
I
There's
would
gotta
say
be some tags.
don't bother. It can detect what game you're playing, and that's what matters, right? If people are searching for, like, Binding of Isaac, putting hashtags in your description just is not the most appealing of things.
Okay.
Like, it's not horrible. You're not gonna necessarily suffer for doing it, but you're gonna, like, give yourself a whole lot of stress and mind game yourself trying to get.
By the way, YouTube is not Twitch when you have to hashtag every single thing.
Yeah, YouTube's got good metadata at least, so you don't have to do it
Embrace your
yourself.
death!
Okay.
These guys are just having a field day. They like removing my wood. Nice ammo, nice. Get a little bit more money out of my pistol.
I'm so dark, boy!
I don't want to touch that. Swag, swag, swag.
I wonder, like, I hope this is good for them. I hope this actually is better than Twitch, because Twitch is it just seems worse
YouTube
than
feels
before.
less like, I guess addictive is the right way to put it than Twitch. Like Twitch, whenever you're done streaming, they email you your analytics. So you're like, oh, how good did my stream do compared to the last day? And you're like chasing glory.
Yeah,
Right?
I would always do that. Yeah. No, I get that.
Versus YouTube, like, I'm pretty sure they still do it, but it's not like, hey, your community needs you, you haven't streamed in 3 days. It's like, shut the fuck up. I have life to live. You know? At least that's my mentality with it. I got friends. Hi. This could be worse. It would be quite difficult to make it worse.
Awesome to come to stream as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about optimizing your streams or whatever that much.
Also time definitely plays a part, because I'm never gonna stream for optimal time.
Nice instant.
I work night usually.
Leave me alone! I need more!
Probably should have repaired some of these barriers before I decided to move. What the hell? I'm opening up this door. Get some more problems. Hit the box. Give me
I
something good.
have no ammo left to treat my
Shotgun's still pretty good this early in the round.
Fuck.
At very least, it's a good offense.
If I die, I get a multiplier. Fuck yeah. I'll take an HP to avoid any shot. There's gotta be a way to like win just at this whole streaming. There's gotta be something I'm missing.
smells them here! No!
Damn it!
No,
I got one more combo, man.
I've got nothing
The
to
guy hit there with
Oh,
a
you
1-2, pow, pow.
1-2?
I'm just dead.
Okay, when that happens, bro.
Oh well.
Here's what it is.
Hey yo, what's with the pings though? Alright. We back in it?
I might not win this run.
Round. I'm gonna get to round 10 on this map and then I'll probably play a different map.
I played
zombies,
Shadows
do you
of
think
Evil recently.
Do what?
It was fun. I did the Easter egg ending in that one.
Oh, sweet. Do you think it's better to just go around knifing zombies round 1, or should you shoot them a little bit and then knife them round 1?
I think you still got the same points if you knife them.
Well, I mean, it's you know, if you put a whole bunch of bullets in them versus just hitting them with your knife. I mean, you know, round 1 you get to insta-kill with your knife, so you might as well abuse that and save your ammo. But like, the pistol ammo is really just for farming points. You're not really using it to kill zombies so much as you get points. At least in my experience. I don't know if it's necessarily any more or less optimal to just shoot the zombies a couple times and then knife them so that you get the points for the bullets and then the points for the knife kill.
I usually just do whatever the whatever is like. I usually just knife round 1, so it's one round anyway. Regardless.
Yeah. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Only slight annoyance with that is it takes a little bit of time. Because round 1 the zombies are slow and they can spawn pretty far and knocked at least.
Yeah, those take time. But you could use, if you really want to fucking repairing. Again, usually don't have any max that hard.
I missed a shot. Inoptimal gameplay. Very sadness.
They're going to lose because of one fifth of heart.
Yep, I'm gonna be short on cash.
Yep.
They sliced his head clean off.
So, you know how you say you get views on like VODs, right?
Yeah.
Does that actually like, correlate towards any growth to the live stream?
More so. So YouTube's a bit weird because, you know, it's mainly centered around videos, right?
Yeah.
But I would say yes, more so than it would with like Twitch. Because with Twitch, you know, you getting 200 views on a VOD in Twitch really doesn't mean almost anything, right?
Okay.
Like you might get like an extra fairly consistent viewer for like every, I don't know, 500 VOD views or something on Twitch, versus with YouTube, you know, getting a subscriber on YouTube means a decent bit. I don't know if it means more than getting a follower on Twitch. It probably means about the same. But
I'd assume, right?
I don't know. Getting views in post on YouTube feels a little bit more consequential. Because if you do go and make video content afterwards, the people who watched your stream VOD are probably going to be the same people who are going to watch that video, if it's on like a similar topic or if they just like your content.
Same channel or anything.
You know, most of the streams that I end up watching on YouTube, I watch in post for content creators that I watch their videos. You know, where I like their videos and that's that.
No ammo left to treat my patient.
So it's just more content from them.
Thank you, Dark One.
So I would say, in a way, it does feel more consequential, mainly because videos on YouTube are way more viable than on Twitch.
Yeah.
And so getting views in post is basically getting more people who will watch your videos.
Well,
One more dies in your service.
Is there any you could pay that?
This is much better than my Hitler Youth Night.
Sorry, the screams of the damned are a little loud right now.
Isn't you could pay more?
In terms of like, you get a better cut of the revenue with YouTube than you do with Twitch. But the opportunities for revenue are a little bit less. You're less likely to have somebody pay you directly through YouTube. But when somebody does, you get a better share. So you know, YouTube isn't as aggressive with pushing bits and subscriptions and all that.
What's this whole channel member thing though? What's that about? Is that beneficial?
One moment. All right.
Fuck, the macros might come in here. Ooh, problem with that. Fuck. Fuck, I missed it. Fine. Okay, let's do another one. Try to change the boss.
See you on stream, you guys.
Alright. Jump up, good. Second thing. DJ? Okay. Fuck yeah. Hi. Should I choose already? Hopefully this game isn't too boring for you to watch. The next thing I'm gonna be streaming is some CS maybe. Fuck. Definitely here. Penny. Oh shit, that suboptimal, but it's whatever. Does the music, does like everything sound fine? Is like audio balanced and everything? Does it sound like shit? Is it too loud? Like, is there any issues with that shit? There we go, stop. Yeah, good. We're doing that. Nothing I can pick up. Yeah. Nice. Oh. No. Yeah? Awesome. make personals anymore. This character.
Hello, friends.
What's up?
I said hello, friends.
Hello? Hello, hello. I'm
you
playing
doing?
Binding of Isaac right now.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I'm streaming on YouTube now though.
Oh, that's mad.
'Cause
I'm
on
loading
all-
up Phantom Forces.
Yeah, I played Phantom Forces for a while already.
Yeah, fair. I've been at work. I just got back.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like 10:30 p.m. for me. Wait, no. 10:40. Yeah.
Damn, bro, you get to work, you get home late.
Yeah. I started at 1 p.m. So not too bad, but yeah, not as bad as night shifts either. Night shift's the worst.
Yeah, that's what I have to do. Fucking ass.
Yeah, I do 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. What do you do?
I do 6 to 6.
Oh yeah, 12 hours, fair.
Yeah. Good. I'm just not gonna get any fucking keys. That would be pretty shitty if I didn't get any keys. I can get an item for free. I'm a little retarded right now.
Do you use the 9x19mm conversion on the SCAR-L?
No.
I think it's only good for really like CQC because you lose the 4-shot but at range, but the fire rate goes up a lot and a little bit more damage.
Yeah, I like what is it? Screen drawing a blank. The Scar PW, it sometimes it's on that. Great.
Oh yeah, I hear it's good.
Yeah, it's good. I hope it doesn't get nerfed too, but it might.
What, the PDW?
PW conversion, yeah, because the PW itself got nerfed.
Oh damn.
It's like... is that good or bad? Was it overall better than Berserk? I don't want either of these. Fucking shop. Nothing.
Or the barbecue, the grill on the hill is OP.
Yeah, 'cause it's like you can use those cover or some shit.
Yeah, but can an NTW penetrate through it? I don't think anything can.
I've never tested it. I don't know.
I'll test it right now. I'm gonna try BFG on it. 'Cause-
Fuck! I got hit. I got hit once more, I lose the run. Cool, that's
Oh, I'm the biggest bird. I'm the biggest bird.
so.
Yeah, so this Deagle doesn't penetrate here. BFG doesn't penetrate. BFG doesn't penetrate.
I don't think NTW would then.
Yeah, wow. That's crazy. What is that made of? You're fucking
No, it
ridiculous.
has some unique properties, so.
Crazy. Guy killed me while I'm trying to test shit.
It's unfortunate. Ooh, almost died there. I think there's a reason why it's not breakable.
Yeah, maybe the devs intended it, I don't know.
it's probably intended, right? Like, you'd assume so.
Yeah, well, I mean, no matter what map, there's always that grill on the hill, and it's impenetrable by even a BFG, so could assume an NTW as well. Kind of crazy. I may be wrong. It looks like my Deagle was going through part of it.
Maybe there's like only a certain thing that's like unbreakable.
Maybe,
like
maybe it's like a certain angle. Very
what
strange.
Item. What does item do with this? Does it synergize? It's only fucking synergize. Fuck. So like recolor.
Ugh.
Fuck, I killed myself. Fuck.
Rip.
I was having a good one too. This is how this character goes though, because you can only get hit once and then you die.
This lobby is so like dead, but it's like full server, but just everyone's standing around. I don't know.
That's
The hill.
because during the night everything fucking dies.
Yeah, what? And they need to fix part of the scopes because glass and tags disappear when you look.
Yeah,
through
it's
them.
weird.
It's very strange.
I don't know what's up with it. I know why it is, because like it's a whole revamp thing, and they didn't like completely finish it.
Yeah.
They're working on the new core game, though.
Is that gonna be any good? What is it? Just like another FPS? Or
Okay,
what?
if you're like a World War II gun nerd, it's gonna be like heaven for you.
Oh, that'll be cool. Please have the Luger.
I hope they do. Right now they're only 1911. There's no customization settings on it.
I wish they made a World War One game, like Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1 was just so good. Fuck, I love that game.
Yeah, they're doing World War II though.
Best Battlefield game of all time.
Mm.
Battlefield 1. So good, bruh. It's just one of the best games for real. How did Burr not die?
Oh, so have you tried the SVUA?
SVUA.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'll
It's the auto
reset.
conversion for that gun. It's super fucking good.
What gun, sorry?
SVU.
Here, let me check.
It's really, really good. You gotta put like Romanian grip on it, muzzle brake, and then the thing, obviously.
Does it make it full auto?
Yep. It's really good. It's like a really, really good battle rifle. Two cap torso.
What gun, sorry, is this conversion on?
SVU.
What? I can't...
SVU, the sniper, you know?
Is it the 9.6 by 5.3?
No, it's in other.
Oh. What? How the fuck does that work?
Just is. It gives you
And
more
then
ammo.
put the 9.6 on that
No,
and it goes up
no,
to 57 damage.
No, you don't put the 9.6. 9.6 makes it garbage.
Or is it just uncontrollable recoil?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Well, I take that as a challenge.
It also fires slower and it's overall worse in my opinion. But it can one-tap head, so yeah. Auto gun one-tap head.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
I think that might make it the fastest gun to one-tap head.
Are they gonna
Correct.
nerf it or what?
I don't know. I think they might have buffed it. I think it's been nerfed.
What the
Good
fuck?
though. Ooh, C-section. Good item. Really good item.
Fuck me.
Well, I'm used to, but a really good fucking enemy one nonetheless. All bombs become double bombs. That's good. Not here? No.
You like the SVD?
SVD?
Yeah.
It feels like it?
What's that? You cut out.
Did you say it feels like the SVD?
No, I was saying, do you like the SVD?
Not particularly fond of it.
Kind of feels like a slow SVU, but I mean, it is a lot more powerful.
It just feels generic. In my
Yeah.
experience.
Oh, fuck's sake. This lobby is slaughtering me.
Are you using SUA or what?
Oh, I was using the SVD.
I, use
I have not
SUA.
got the conversion yet.
Trust me, it's worth it.
I don't have enough creds, but I will soon. But I think I might early buy a Hecate.
Hate.
Yeah, Hecate.
Pretty good, Hannibal. Great. Oh, no, he's not. What will I ever do? Could still get one. Might as well. Not a good run when boy fights is kind of rare, but it's worth a try to try to get the min-max and get it. Did not get it, but I got tears up though. That's good. Suck, but it is what it is. Right through here? No, it's not that. Fuck. Burn off the fun. Very good. That's yikes. Died. There we go. Perfection. Bro! Fucking goddamn. Fuck! It was a good run. Oh yeah, so I got the band thing, right? That was
Yeah.
that was in voice chat. AI detected it.
No. That's fucked.
3 minutes after, it's fucked, bro. That's scary, bro.
That is, I don't feel comfortable.
Yeah, I'm literally gonna revoke all my shit from that because I want AI monitoring, bro. I'm fuck with that shit.
So what? But how can they prove that you actually said it and it didn't mishear? Like,
No, that's the issue. That's why I don't trust it.
do they record all their voice chat? Because I know like BattleBit devs do. So maybe
Probably,
they do
but
that.
I trust BattleBit rather than a big company that has tons of data breaches, right?
Yeah, true.
Because BattleBit, you can say whatever the fuck you want. Just don't be annoying, right? This AI, the input AI. That's the issue. When you add AI moderation to like people speaking, that's just fuck.
Well, they have that in BattleBit, I'm pretty sure.
No, do they?
I think so, dude.
No, trust me.
I know their
play
recordal was...
They record it, but they don't use AI to filter it. That's the difference. I'm proposing that Roblox uses AI to actually fucking do it, like filter it.
Yeah. How do you know it was AI? Does it say it in the ban?
3 minutes. 3 minutes after. 3 minutes after
Yeah.
I said it 4 times.
Wow. Why did you say it?
Cause I actually left my thing unmuted.
Oh,
There was no one near me. No one near me. I wasn't even speaking to anyone in the game. Purely fucking. Purely AI, dog. That's it. Like, I don't think any human was in that process.
yeah.
I'm sure I've accidentally let it slip a few times before, but like, not like it wasn't very clear. But when I say it clearly, it triggers it.
Very strange.
Mm-hmm. 2 bombs, 2 bombs. Fuck, not 2 bombs. Unfortunate. We're gonna get 3 anyway. Like, they shouldn't just be able to do that. They shouldn't just be able to, like, report you, like, when there's no one around.
Yeah. Well,
It
at
can
least...
only be instigated by humans.
Yeah, I mean, at least it's only, like 1 fucking day. That's not too bad, low-key.
It's not the issue. It could be like 70 under. It's the notion that this is gonna be an upcoming problem. They're trying to implement this into their general security shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't
I don't
feel
fuck with AI.
safe.
I don't fuck with that shit. I don't trust it. It makes mistakes.
Yeah. Well, humans do too.
Humans do too. But when you have a human,
Yeah, that's the
another
thing.
human
It's
to
bad
review.
enough.
But
Yeah,
you know,
it's bad enough.
AI can review another AI and be like, yeah, this is right actually. And then it's all fucked up. Like, you gotta take Teslas. You put salt around them, they can't drive anymore.
Salt.
Salt, like a demon, you know? Like you make a salt circle.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did not actually know that. Is that
AI
true?
has weird flaws. I get human has weird flaws too, but like humans can work together to fix that shit. AI, not so much.
Wait, is this true? Is it true that when you put a circle of salt around a Tesla, it can't drive?
I'm pretty sure it is. I'll check it, but I know there was at some point it was like that.
That's wild. Yeah, well, I definitely believe that there's some sketchy stuff going on at the top of the world.
Oh no, it's a circle of cones. It's a circle of cones. If you put cones on a Tesla, it just doesn't drive. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Or markings on the road quite fuck it up too.
That's crazy. Jesus Christ. Did they nerf the Orgay 3? Feels like it takes more shots.
I feel like they did, yeah.
So fucking annoying. Like, it's still an absolute laser, but it just feels like it takes longer to kill someone. Let's see. Okay, so Orgay 3 stock ammo is 34 damage. Oh, they definitely nerfed it. Oh no. Yeah, what? 34 damage, up to 40 studs, and then it goes down. Up to 150 studs, it's 20... Sorry, at 151 studs. At 150 studs, it's 21 damage. So it's not a guaranteed 4-shot for more range anymore. So they nerfed it at some point.
I don't know how the recoil
is
the
tough.
recoil might be good now though.
It is good. It's always been good.
No, but okay, what about the conversion?
The Orgay 2 is 35 damage, up to 50 studs, and then it goes down, and then at 150 studs, it's 20 damage. Which is so confusing.
Fuck, I died.
So they want to turn it into a CQC. Like, I don't know what the hell.
Oh,
The
Orgay 2 is
best-
good. Orgay 2 is good.
Orgay 1 is the best. It looks like now,
That's for
Hey.
range, that's for recoil, and so it's
Yeah.
so accurate.
which is what Orgs are for. They're to be lasers at range, like. And the 9x19 makes the Orgay 1 trash for range. CQC though could make it kind of a beast, but then again, you might as well just get any other
The Type 20.
Type
yeah,
20's
Orgay-
great.
Orgay
I
2,
love the Type 20.
You know,
After these nerfs, the Orgay 1's far better than the Orgay 2.
no, Orgay 2 got a buff.
I don't
What do you
know.
mean? 35 damage is good.
Yeah, but the drop off is so bad.
Is it? What are the ranges?
It at 135 studs, it does 20 damage.
What's the...
Five
what's the
kills.
what's the
5
A3's
easy kills. Huh?
What's the A3's min damage? Is it like 23 or something?
The A3,
Yeah.
21.
Not too bad.
It's still annoying that it's not 4-shot at all ranges. That's kind of gay. But I haven't looked at multipliers though, to be fair. So if you just hit all torso.
When was it a 4-shot? I mean, what?
I swear that's what the Org A3 is famous for. 4-shot at all ranges.
No, it was never 4-shot.
What? I swear it was. I thought it was 4-shot
was-
at all ranges.
It was 34 to 23 before. I was thinking that's what it was.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Even the I don't know, like yeah, the Scar L is 4-shot at all ranges, which is beautiful. Huh?
Horrible. That Pokemon.
Well, with the 9x19, it's about average minimum time to kill, like 0.17 seconds.
It loses its special thing, though. That's it.
Yeah, but if you want it to be a CQC gun, then that's what you do.
I want CP balls, personally.
I don't know, get a C7 or some shit then.
Sometimes Black Ops, if you close that for a while, or if you minimize for a while, it will cut out your
Oh.
It smells
That's
their
such a
beer.
weird, glitch.
Yeah,
It's
probably
more- it's
some
more
sort of
of a
memory
game,
control.
Excuse me, do you have the time?
Like, yeah, that's the weird stuff again. Sounds like they could do better, I suppose. No, I can't just
So happy! Thank you!
You know what I've been actually really enjoying lately is the X95 SMG. It's quite fun. It feels so... Like, I don't know if its stats are like above the ordinary, but it just feels great to me. Oh, auto shotgun users everywhere. I mean, what's to be expected when you're on containers of fun though, right?
pretty sure I've been
I don't
using
know.
the import A1 a whole lot.
The hell?
Not that bad.
Probably one's pretty good still. Although it's 35 range, it's not that good.
I mean, it's just a real
30
battle gun.
35 range is not good, what?
35% drop rate is not that good. It's better.
Oh, that's... Yeah, that's terrible. 35,
Yeah, I mean-
that's horrible. That's shocking. What what gun is that on? The X95
M4.
SMG?
M4 A1.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the absolutely, like, really low recoil makes up for that, if I'm remembering right.
Yeah, I think
Oh, it's got middling recoil. I usually just use 223 range. I have more success when shooting to the gun. You know,
Why
as
would you
opposed to
use that on fucking a recoilless gun? I would never use that.
It's just one of those guns where it's simple but it's powerful. You know, it doesn't have to be the
Well,
greatest things in
I mean, if you want to reduce recoil on a recoilless gun, sure. But I don't see the point of just the
Well,
trade-off
you
is
still
just
get your
not
four shot
effective.
you get your 4-shot at medium range, which is you're gonna be 4-shotting enemies most of the time anyways. Your 3-shot up close means sit next to them.
Yeah,
It, 3-shot up close is like very important.
You
It's
guys
a
play
lot of guns, but you're up
Not
close.
a-
So limited with the M4.
What are you guys playing?
I'm playing Black Ops 1.
I'm playing different games, but I probably will hop back on PF.
I'm now tearing it up with the M4A1. Thanks for reminding me that that gun exists.
It's a great fucking gun.
Well, it's amazing. It's so underrated.
Wait, so you guys stream then, or is it?
I'm streaming, and he's also streaming.
Oh, gotcha. Alright, cool.
Oh my god.
Oh no, don't worry. I stream sometimes.
I'm straight up.
I just work a lot, so yeah. How would you? Did you just fucking die? I mean, did you just die?
The annoying thing about the M4A1 is the iron sight showing through your red dots and whatnot. But it's not that bad.
I think it looks pretty cool like that, honestly.
It kind of does, but it's a little bit obstructive sometimes.
Yeah, I hear you. And it, I don't know. I've been
I wish
using
you
the.
could toggle it. I wish you could toggle it. That would be a good compromise.
Dude, I'm so good at this game for no reason.
What game?
Brawlhalla. I know it's kind of it's a pretty bad game, but I've been.
Nah,
Dude,
I like those games. I think they're good. I've just never played them that much.
I've just been playing the game on and off for. How old was I in 8th grade? Like 12, so like 8 years.
Jesus.
Done. Oh my god, no way, he just walked into the bomb, what an idiot.
Is it fair to say that the M4A1 is better than the C7A2?
I don't know.
I don't really
It's definitely better at range, in my opinion.
Why does that hit me when I am standing on the ground? Oh my. See ya.
Yuri?
I gotta play 3 more games. I'm doing my stupid daily challenges because I care about Brawlhalla for some reason now. I wouldn't even say I care about it. I'm just like, I'm so bored, I don't even know what to play, so. I'll hop on Brawlhalla and kill some Timmies, some little Timmies. Ruin their day, they hop on Brawlhalla to have a good time and play against me, and I just absolutely obliterate them. No diff, just no mercy.
Damn, froze cold. Oh, these shotgun users.
What do you guys stream on then? Twitch?
I'm on YouTube right now.
YouTube right now. But
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna stream PF on Twitch. I think that's what I might do. I might do PF on that platform, and then I on this platform. So I have 2 different like
Oh
things.
yeah.
Yeah.
I stream on Kick.
Okay.
I would.
Yeah,
It's just got a
it's so
reputation.
wonky to set up at first. Like it was such a pain.
There will be a power
I haven't
switch
even
somewhere.
tested it in
I
a while
know.
actually, but
How are the views there?
I got 3 followers in 2 streams, and I got 5 concurrent was my most. But that's not for my first stream. 5 concurrent viewers is a lot. Like
Yeah, it's a small enough platform right now, though, that if you're streaming a game, chances are you're like the only guy, if not one of the only guys.
yeah,
Which
that's
is
what I
which
like
is
about it. Is I
a
want to get into it before it blows up. Because it 100% is going to. If they keep signing like big streamers, they're gonna.
Mixer tried that. Mixer died.
Isn't it owned by like Aiden Ross and like fucking Trainwreck?
No, but
I am-
Aiden signed, I'm pretty sure, but I don't think he owns it. I don't know.
Or
I don't know too much about Kick other than it's got a reputation for gambling streams, and that the majority of its, maybe not the majority, but a lot of its money comes from gambling sites, which, you know, I think gambling's fine in moderation, but that's still not a reputation that's necessarily great to have over
No
your
way.
head.
yeah, no, I hear it.
Yeah, like it doesn't bother me so much as it would bother other people.
Yeah, to be honest, I do not give a fuck about the supposed immorality of gambling. I really could not care less.
I think I'm a bit of a
Fund
centrist on that
orphanages-
issue.
I mean, I
fund
invest.
orphanages with gambling money, bro. Like, so, yeah.
I mean, I invest
I mean,
in stocks, and I mean, it's kind of the same
That's
principle as
gambling,
gambling. Yeah, it's the same. Well, I'd say it's different. There's a lot more to it, but yeah, it's the same principle.
The working
Yeah.
editions in like Amazon Prime now, like, it's cooperating, so it's like,
I think my take on the whole gambling thing is it's not necessarily the casino's fault if you are an irresponsible gambler. At the same time, you know, it is addictive,
My weapons are like
and
Dempsey's
the
head.
money is made on, or at least partially through the addiction. Now there are, you know your customer laws and stuff, so if somebody is actually displaying heavily addictive behaviors, it is the casino's responsibility to tell them to go home. But
Yeah, I mean, another thing about gambling is that it is not, fair. Like, the house has the edge every time. There's no...
yeah, and so
and-
long as
and
people are
they
aware
can
that
kick
you are
out
going to
for
continually
having
lose
good
money.
luck beating
yeah,
their
they can just
system.
kind of bullshit.
Like, if you, yeah, which is kind of, like, I don't know how can they get around consumer laws. It's from lobbying and bribing so that they don't have to follow what
Yeah.
standard businesses do, like that they can't rip you off. They literally rip people off. But I don't care, because people know that. You should know that when you go in there. Everyone
Yeah,
knows.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's like a disclaimer, or
You know what
I'm not sure that there's a disclaimer necessarily, but
I am a great.
you know, it's a common understanding. You are in the long run, you're losing your money, right? So if you're chasing your losses, then to an extent that's on you, but at the same time, you know, people are emotional creatures, and so you get emotionally invested, and
Dude.
you're like, wow, that's like,
This
I
kid
just lost
straight
a
up-
week's worth of.
I could pay for my children's school with this money, and then leave.
Yeah.
Or like if
Bring
I
up
if I
the-
win this, then you know I don't have to
Oh
work
my
so hard to get
God.
tuition. You know that kind of mentality. You know, gambling is an extracurricular, or not even
Just-
extracurricular, but like it's something you do with extra money. It's not something that you do to gain money because you're going to lose it. But you know,
He just does one string over and over. Bye. Sent you straight to the graveyard, salted on your man.
but yeah, it's
Yeah, I mean...
it's just one of those things.
I've got a funny gambling story, actually.
Okay, let's hear it.
I was in school, but I turned 18, so it's legal for me to vote, to gamble in Australia.
Oh my.
And, I thought, like, without a doubt, that Trump would win the election against Biden. Because I just thought, like, this Biden, he doesn't know where he is. Like, he doesn't even know he's on
Dude, don't
stage.
even get me started on Joe
And-
Biden, bro.
And so I bet $800 on Donald Trump and I lost.
Oh, dude, that's
Yeah.
You know, I
That's the
also
funny thing
bet
about
on
American
Arizona
politics
winning
is no
and
matter how you
on Trump
rationalize it,
winning
it won't make sense.
Arizona, and Biden won Arizona too. And I was like, fuck's sake. So in total, I think I lost like $1,000 or some shit. I was like, fuck. I wasn't really like that bummed about it, but I was thinking like, I was imagining like, imagine if Trump won, how much money I would have got. Because the odds were on Biden's side too on the sites, which I was like, that's strange.
Probably a reason.
And
like a recount or whatever.
It looks like it can
yeah,
be
they
effective.
did a recount, but Biden still won. And honestly, you can call me a nut job or whatever.
Dude,
I'm
all I'm
no
saying-
Trump like lover or whatever, but I mean that was a bit suspicious. You can't lie. How did Biden just get the exact, like all the mail-in votes were all just 100% Biden at 2 a.m. a massive spike? Like it's the scientifically it's a statistical anomaly. It's not it's an error. It's
By the
factually,
numbers
it's
it
an
is.
error. So it makes no
Yeah, I
sense
mean,
to me.
It
But
once you
you
once
know,
you get into
very
like the
strange.
mechanics, so to speak, of vote by mail, you know, they count it in batches, right? And you know, there's also a demographic thing where a lot of Democratic voters are more likely to vote by mail than Republican voters, right?
I agree, but a lot or 100%? Like, what are we talking here? Like, there was 100% of votes, 10,000 votes at like 3 a.m. and they shut the blinds in the center, like when the cameras are filming, and kicked out Republican,
The emptiness of my weapon
any
is
Republican,
me.
like voting monitors or whatever. It was very strange to me,
welcome the
in my
chance to
opinion.
Sure.
I don't know how.
I mean,
they
there's
let that
there's a
happen.
lot of
And this
there's
is all
a lot of
documented,
BS that
like-
goes on in U.S. politics. I think both sides have their hands a little dirty.
Oh,
And-
I think America just needs to get our shit together, dude. Like we're in the struggle right now.
I think that it's a one-party system. The voting's an illusion. Voting is an
Have a chance to
illusion.
grow rich.
I don't think it's a one-party system, but the two
There's-
parties are diametrically opposed, and so there's no room for anybody else. If somebody else tries to run,
Wise man does not peep
there,
all night.
you know, I personally think the third parties would be a great thing for the U.S. politics because it would make it so that Democrats and Republicans would have to actually come up with valid responses to important topics versus saying, "Oh, well, we're the opposite of them,"
Well,
you know, and picking completely nut job stances. But you can't pick a middleman because there is no middleman. You're either on the left or you're on the right. You know.
well, would the
Yeah.
third? So is the third party just like independent? Then is that what you
Third
mean?
party. Well, I mean, there is independent, right? And we do have, at least on the ballots, there are slots for other candidates. You know, we do have a socialist party. We do have a libertarian party. Those are the two big ones that I know of. I believe Green Party still exists in the U.S., but like, there's no representation for any of those parties in office other than, you know, on the mayoral level or maybe on the governor level.
Ancestors are with me.
Like one, I can't remember if it was Michigan. There was like one province in Michigan that got a what's it called? I'm blanking on what it's. Electoral college vote for a Libertarian Party candidate in the
Wow.
2020 election.
Yeah, I mean the facts are, the non-Republican and Democratic parties
How
are
did that
getting
hit me?
more and more, like, and this is statistically exponentially more and more votes every year. So I think it will get to a breaking point.
Well, it's
but
because
at the end of the
everybody's
day-
sick of the Republicans and Democrats.
Without ammo.
What's that?
Achieve victory.
Everybody's sick of the Republicans and Democrats.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
there's
Oh,
no moderate party in the
100%.
U.S.
But it still is not going to matter because at the end of the day, and call me a nut job, but there are secret societies running everything. It doesn't matter.
Wait, so
I
you guys
don't
playing
think they're
Phantom
secret societies.
Forces?
I am.
I mean,
This has been caught on. This has been caught on camera, like Bohemian Grove. Like, are you kidding me? It doesn't, and it Republican, Democrat. It doesn't matter. There was Republican and Democratic presidents there, and this is on camera. This is no one can dispute it because it's out there everywhere and it's on camera. Real. No, so
I don't
but
think it's
they
secret
find out.
societies. I think it's just you have corporations that can lobby a whole lot, no matter who's in office, right? So you're not getting presidents and other members in power that are necessarily doing what they think is best for the people. It's doing what they think is best for the people with the asterisk of, but I can make $250,000 real quick. Not necessarily to my pockets, but like for my party, which can get rerouted to favorable areas for me and my family, or me and my party, or me and my friends. It's not a direct, like, I'm putting $250,000 in your pocket in order for you to, you know.
But it almost is.
It almost is, because it's like, okay, we're going to campaign, right? Like, let's say I'm an oil company, right?
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, we should pay way less taxes on our rigs, because rigs are expensive and keeping them operable is expensive, and the US needs a lot of oil anyways, and so if we make more US oil, then we don't have to buy it from other places and whatnot, but we should pay less taxes, right? So I go out for my oil company, like I'm a representative for that company, let's say, and I say, okay, let's make a little campaign. We're gonna make a couple ads. We're gonna spend this money on campaigning to reduce the taxes we pay. Right?
Seriously?
That is a direct signal, you know, to whatever party. We'll probably appeal to like one or the other, right? It's hard to appeal to both because they're diametrically opposed. We'll appeal. Let's appeal to the Republican Party. You know, they historically like business.
They lobbyists go to both parties, and they get what they want, and both parties accept. And that's how they say we have passed this
Bipartisan.
this bill together, bipartisan bill. Yeah. Lobbyists pay.
That
to
happens
vote to do it.
sometimes. It's fairly common for smaller players or medium-sized players, though, to just, you know, we're gonna side with this party, but basically it's a, hey, we're signaling to you that if you pass this bill, you know, you're going to get favorable, like we are on your side, right? So if you help us out, we'll help you out, right? Whether that be helping you get elected by giving you extra campaign money next.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not necessarily we're giving you money into your wallet directly. It's more of a, you know, we're gonna spend money to say, hey, we want this bill passed. If you pass this bill, you know, you scratch our back, we scratch yours. Which is only a couple steps removed from directly giving them money. But, that's the legal justification for it. Is it corruption? I think is the question to ask. I would say it would be better if it didn't exist.
It's not the legal definition of corruption, but it is the moral definition of corruption. And half the time, it is awfully close to the legal definition of corruption, but it's a loophole and whatnot.
Well, I mean, there are a lot of loopholes. That's just kind of all of politics right now. Loophole.
Yeah. I think, I don't know. I think people will wake up, but it's just that they want you to think it's us versus them, Republicans versus Democrats, but it's not. It's
no. Oh yeah. I mean, like, for sure. It's not like a diametric. You vote for us because we hate them. That's not even necessarily true. I mean, there are a couple of different instances of like presidents or like House members or senators like publicly just digging into each other on camera, and then afterwards just going and having a drink. You know, they're just chums afterwards. After like denouncing their family lines on national television.
Yeah, it's true.
But like for them, it's okay if we create a little bit of a narrative here. You know, I hate you, you hate me, right? Right. And then we both get our voter bases. We both get our seats in our respective states, or, you know, we get our seats in the House. We both still get that salary. you know, we get to stay in office, and we can, you know, we both benefit, right? So it is in the interest of both parties to publicly hate each other, because that's how you get those opposing camps to
Well,
vote.
yeah. Call me crazy, but we both get to go down and wear our masks and robes and have our secret ceremony under candlelight.
I don't think it's quite that bad. I think Occam's razor is usually a good principle to stand by. The simplest solution is usually the correct one. If not, like, the most obvious solution is probably, more often than not,
The demons will learn true
the right solution. I really think it's just the system that we operate in politically, at least in the United States, just so happens to benefit parties who are diametrically opposing each other, and so it's in their best interest to do just that. You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, after Epstein Island, there's no way that anyone can deny
Now
the
that's a
crap
whole
that's
nother
going
thing.
on. There's no way.
That's
You cannot
that's straight
tell me,
corruption.
like,
Yeah, that's corruption.
oh yeah.
And I mean, like most
Actors,
like most, at least modern cases of corruption like that, like super morally questionable stuff, it's like the 1%, right? But it's that 1% that
the
ruins
1% own
everything.
the whole world.
War weapon.
Do you know how much money, well, not even money, but power the Rothschilds have?
No, I am well aware
Crazy.
just how bad it is. It's like, what, 5% of the world owns 80% of the wealth.
No, it's 0.1% owns indirectly 100%. So when you read those anti-capitalist brochures that say the top 5% own the bottom 80%, it's worse. And it's not about that.
I don't think it's
A single man, he indirectly owns every single bank in every single country. Every
Sure, I mean,
single
you could-
house. You think
you could
own
make
a
the
house, you don't
argument.
own that.
Well,
You can buy it
yeah,
outright, you don't own
society
that house.
society is a very debt-based.
Because he
society.
can
Or-
click his fingers at the Federal Reserve Bank, and your house is worth nothing. It's gone. Anarchy.
I completely
down,
disagree with that
Disagree.
sentiment on principle, right? Even if let's say I am divine ruler of the globe and I have the power, or like me and a select group of individuals have the power to do whatever the hell we want and we own everything.
Yeah.
To an individual, unless we go and openly exert that power, we don't have any of it.
But you
You
don't
know?
have to openly do it. You can do it
Yeah,
in
use it
secret,
indirectly.
covert ways.
Yeah, but
indirectly.
it's one of those things where if everyone is ignorant to something, are they ignorant to it, or does it exist in the first place? Like, you could say, yes, it does,
It exists.
right?
100%. I know it exists. And have you seen that photo of the it's one of the Rothschilds, and he pokes King Charles like he's his bitch. Who can poke the king of like something like 40 plus nations like he's his bitch? Someone who owns him and all those countries and more. It's crazy. Every single bank you can think of, he indirectly or directly owns it. Look at a list of the banks they own. It's scary. You buy a house outright. You win the lottery. You buy a house outright. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it could all just get taken away. It's crazy. It's scary.
Yeah, there are people with too much power in this world. And they're not using it.
I mean, I would make the argument that in those dire circumstances, the thing that really is powerful is militaries at that point. Like, if we're getting to the point where
He owns
this
them.
one
He owns
man,
them.
sure. So you're telling me multiple countries have their own militaries. You know, they're completely sovereign states.
Reach the mainframe.
And you're saying one man owns multiple sovereign states' defense forces. I
One or-
cannot
yeah.
buy that.
And do you know? And you know what? Even if he doesn't, he does because money, power, everything.
Money is powerful to a certain degree, but there are at least a couple of cases in history where you have super powerful men with a lot of money trying to bribe their way through jurisdictions just to get stopped by one man who says, you know what, actually, this is pretty scummy, I'm stopping this now.
Okay, fine.
That's how Capone ended up in prison. He tried to pay off a guy who had him for tax fraud or whatever, and the guy didn't accept. I can't remember exactly how much money it was. It was a lot for the time.
Yeah, but when you own many individual dollars,
An individual.
someone can turn down your bribe. But when you own the currency, you actually own it. Like
I
he
think-
owns the US dollar. That's his, all of it, every single one. Indirectly, it's his. Because he can change the value of any currency he wants. Like anything.
Here's the thing, though. The dollar is not a store of value. It's a store of debt. The United States dollar, at very least, the thing that everything else is tied to at this current... most everything else is tied to in this current global economy, is not a store of value at all. It is merely a symbol of how indebted you are, or like how much debt someone or something owes you. Right? The
Dude,
economy
I
is
think-
based exclusively on
I
debt.
think nowadays a lot of debt is just student debt, really.
Well, there's
Like-
student debt, but then there's, you know, when you get a mortgage, right? You know, you're accruing debt. If you have a credit card, you buy anything, that is debt. You know, the US dollar, what is it really? It's a banknote, it's an IOU, and it was, for a time, you know, IOU in gold or silver, and then it was IOU in gold, and then it's IOU, question mark, smiley face. You know, I don't think we need to go back to the gold standard because a debt-based economy can
I like that
work.
explanation. I like that explanation.
Yeah.
You know, the economy has been running for a while without the gold standard now. You know, nothing is necessarily collapsing, and so long as it's run all right and people agree to keep abiding by it, it's fine. You know, so I don't think it's necessarily a horrible thing for society to be running this way. Now, of course, it has to be done tactfully, such that you don't crash the value of your IOU.
Yeah.
You know, but
From both economies.
I mean, like, you can look at Zimbabwe for that if you really want to. That's what happens if you just recklessly print money. If you're tanking the value of your own currency.
Different currency. Venezuela.
Venezuela as well, yeah.
That's like a much more extreme example.
Isn't Zimbabwe's not? Well, hold on.
No.
It's like a couple. I can't remember if it's a sextillion percent or septillion% inflation over the past 50 years.
Both are horrible, bro. Both are horrible. I remember
Yeah, both
hearing
are
that,
really bad. It's like 1 and 2. I
was
can't remember
better.
which one was up.
Fuck, I looked at this in like grade 10 or some shit. It was ages ago, but it was like it was more profitable to like do shit on RuneScape than it was to actually physically work in that country.
Yeah, and I mean, in that case, you start getting like Weimar Germany, where the paper notes are worth more for their source of energy by burning them than,
Yeah.
you know, using the dollars as impromptu firewood made more sense than buying firewood or buying paper to burn.
With, shit. Yeah.
But in terms of owning a whole bunch of US dollars, that doesn't necessarily even mean anything. Right? Because if one man really owns all of the dollars in the world, then people will just use something else. And if he wants to own all of that something else in the world, then he'll have to go start it over.
Not just like
Ownership is not the
It's powerful friends and powerful
owns how
connections.
the dollars
That's really
work
what it
and
is.
go up and down.
he controls it is a better way to put it. Control it.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think that's more of a
And when
responsibility
you
than a
control
power.
it, you own it. In a way,
Yeah.
indirectly.
Yeah. In that sense, yes.
I mean, sure. The problem with like making my dollars worth way more necessarily is deflation is not is not a good thing for an economy. You will kill a country to make your dollar worth more. And it's great for the individual, but it sucks so much as for everybody else involved. You know, if you have a business, you know, if consumers know that it's like 10% deflation, so their money, like if I have $10 today, it'll buy me $11 of goods next year, why would I spend money to buy something now unless I absolutely needed it? You know, you don't get consumer spending, and so some businesses will just outright fail. Most of them will, in an extreme case. You know, you end up getting a very negative effect on the functioning of a state economy if you go out and make the value of the dollars higher, right? Which is why the inflation target is 2% instead of negative 2% or whatever, at least for the US. Of course, you know, inflation sucks for the individual, but it's necessary, you know, and you want a moderate amount, or else nothing functions.
I suppose, yeah.
But like controlling that is not necessarily a power. Like it's not like me being able to change the value of the dollar is going to necessarily give me anything. Like if it does happen to affect me, it would be a circumstantial after effect, not necessarily something that I could predict. You know, because you're talking about an entire country's economy, if not plural countries' economies, changing around the value of a currency. You know, having the controls over the levers does not mean that you have the controls over what millions of people or billions of people will react to that currency's value change. You know, like in a vacuum, it's powerful. You know, on the scale of billions of individuals making individual choices that benefit themselves first and foremost, your change could do so many different things depending on the day of the week it's done.
Okay, so this is a little off topic, but how do you feel about, like, what if there's an AI that can predict human behavior well enough to where someone can control everything? Obviously, there's some technology we don't fucking know that people above have.
Oh, I'm good.
AI is already so advanced. Like,
I know.
I could realistically see that happening.
That's what's available to the public.
I
mean,
could
there's
see
some
it making
that are like 20,
predictions
30
on
years
human
advanced.
behavior, but it cannot do so accurately to a degree where that would be usable. You know the whole thing about the butterfly effect, right? Where a small change makes a big difference. If your prediction is 99.9% accurate, but you miss one decision from one individual, you know, that could be big. And on the scale of billions, you know, that 0.1% is a big deal. So even if you have a really accurate model for human behavior and you know where the individuals are at this moment in time, you know where they were born, you know what their parents are, you know how they react to everything, you know their mood, their personality, how much money they make, what their favorite color is, who they had sex with last night, you know, even if you know all of that information, your model is not going to be accurate enough to be able to make predictions about the future.
Okay, but that amount of power, being able to control 99.999 is...
99.999% of a model is nothing.
That's more than you need. Like, to control the populace that much, that is everyone. Once you have control of everyone, you know. Fuck.
Now, okay, control of the populace in what manner? Are you talking about 99.9% of the populace is going to be following this model, or you're going to attempt psychological manipulation on a national scale and people aren't going to be upset about that?
Yeah.
I disagree wholeheartedly because, well, at least for one, I don't know if I can speak for y'all, I don't like AI very much already. It's not necessarily because it's...
I think there's
like, it's
so much
neat.
you can do with it.
There's a lot that you can do with it, and it's neat, and it's a useful tool, and that's the extent of it. It is a useful tool. It is not a replacement for human existence. Like, AI should be something to augment human life, but not replace human life, if that makes sense. You know, using an AI chatbot, for example, could be something that you do for fun, and it's, you know, entertaining or whatnot, but it should not be your primary means of communication with something. You know, there is a distinctly human element that AI will never be able to replicate.
Which is?
It can get close, it can approximate, you know, and it's getting better, but there's just a fundamental difference between text on a screen and interaction in the real world, and if you decide that you want to make an automaton and put an AI in there and have it make decisions, then cool, you know?
What about a flush automaton? That's gonna be possible eventually.
Yeah,
What
I
about
mean, I guess the question would be, why would you do that outside of just, I felt like it, which, fine.
Without ammo.
I think it's a big
There are
moral
design
dilemma that's
robots
gotta be...
that can consume biological matter.
At that point, you know, I think that that would be... You're crossing the threshold where it's a robot versus it's a person. You know, as soon as that threshold is crossed and it's close enough to reasonably be assumed to be human in almost every aspect of their life, then I think there's no difference. You know?
It's a programmable human though. But if we reverse engineer that, I don't know, man.
Sure, I think we're not going to get to that point anytime soon where we're making the considerations on having a near-human automaton. I think we will, at some point within our lives anyways, see automatons exist in that, you know, AI in a robotic body that can move about and perform tasks and maybe talk
We already
to people, you know.
We already have
Chatbot
that.
in a robot.
We already have that exists already.
Yes, we've done tests with those, but they're not...
Not on mass, but like, you know.
Yes, you know, in labs. I mean, the concept is solid, and I think it's not unreasonable to think that that would happen, but I do not think it's going to anywhere close to resemble human for a long time. Like, it'll be a mimic, you know, but it will be noticeably a mimic. You know, there will be things that are off about the way that it moves, or the way that it talks, or the way that it interacts, the way that it processes things around it will be not human in some way, and I can't tell you what that way will be.
Well, okay, so there is a biological thing we've evolved, and I don't know why we've evolved it. The uncanny valley, which I think is human-like, but it isn't human.
Yes. Which is where I think automatons are going to be for a while. So long as they're like,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, they're what is it, like help desk attendants that already exist that are, you know, they're robots with a, you know, basic chatbot in them, you know, a flowchart to respond to inputs.
Yeah.
You know, those exist, and I think for those kinds of purposes, that's where you're going to see automatons most, where you have simple services and or, you know, a basic routine, you know, like cat girl made a robot, cool.
Yeah.
It's a maid first and foremost, and you know, it looks like a cat girl and it can talk to you maybe, but you know, it has a primary function, it has a primary purpose, and you know, it serves that purpose first and foremost. I think that's what we're going to see a whole lot. I don't think we're going to see anything close to, outside of basically, you know, AI sex dolls, that are going to be trying to stand in for human interaction directly.
Okay, but like, what about? So I understand that for like daily human interaction, but what about like the mental shit? Like, you know, what happens when it replaces that?
What do you mean? Like
Thinking,
mentally
thinking.
reconstruct a human? I mean, you could just put human neurons into a robot. We already have done it so that you know, we have a cluster of human neurons that only know Pong.
Yeah, I think it's not.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I know, like cyborgs and shit.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can consider my my grandma a cyborg. I swear, she's got like metal implants in almost every part of her body. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty badass actually, but
So, like, I don't know.
I think AI is the problem with it now is it's unreliable, right? It's very sensitive to the data that you feed it, and so if you feed it if you feed it bad data per se, you get a bad AI, you know, and
Yes, but like. What happens when it becomes good, though? What if it's already good?
it will become better. It's one of those things where it takes exponentially more and more to create a better product.
Is that really? But like, what if it reaches a point to where it can better itself?
Yes, sir.
What if it reaches?
Dress yourself,
All right.
or whatever you're gonna wear. If it don't work yet.
Not yet. They're not even open yet.
I'm heading to Spanish Fort.
Like, I don't know.
Spanish Fort.
Okay. Where's my wallet? How much would it be?
I want to say.
What time?
She is ready for you. She'll be there. She's pulling in now, so she's ready for you whenever.
Okay.
And then when you get done, I would say, small, but I would say you probably.